So hello guys, we're at the Retro Music Festival with the one and only Londonbeat. And
Hello, hello dear.
I'm guilty.
you're guilty. Yeah, you're guilty for giving us good songs and good vibes for the past 30, almost 30 years, I think.
Yeah, it's about happy
What's
music,
about?
happy music.
Happy music, and
Come to that.
I have here, I've been thinking about you, which is a song that came out, I think, at the turn of a decade in pop music and in disco
I
music.
thought you were going to say the turn of the century.
It's not no. I think it's, you know,
retro.
yeah, that's something back in the end of the 80s and start of 90s. It was a new music coming back, and
Yes.
Londonbeat, I think, had this way of mixing up 80s and 90s in a trend that was really hot at the times. How do you feel now about the times when you're releasing these songs?
Well, we were saying earlier that there's, it's interesting about this period in music coming out of, because that's where we came from, the UK. Our band was formed in the UK, and that's hence the name, you know, Londonbeat. So we were part of something that was very, it's a rich music culture going on in London
At the
anyway,
time.
all since time.
Yeah.
You know, you go back from before the Beatles, you know, there's a rich music culture going on in the UK. And we were fortunate enough to connect with something that was of our time in London. And we were more fortunate that people got to hear it and like it. So yeah, it was a very, it was a crossroad moment, because we were saying earlier that somehow after the early 90s, music sort of started to go in some interesting but questionable directions. For example, about people got away from melodies and got away from structured songs, and more into something that was
Or into beats and
beats
house
and more about the beat.
Yeah.
And when that happened, it became more about who's that music, but people didn't recognize who was singing the song.
Yeah. It's true what you're saying. I mean, they were into beats and stuff, but because that was almost like a new challenge. How can we move beats around? And for me, the how do you call it? The computers were dictating what the melody is going to be or what the song is going to be. But there was also a kind of divorcing of singing of songs. You know, and more emphasis was put onto rapping and all that sort of stuff, which is good. I mean, the more the better. But now, look at the evidence. People are going back to those melodies. You see, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, you know. And we're still here. We're still.
You are with us at the Retro Music Festival. Coming to today, what do you think about retro coming back? Because it's not only here in Romania, it's all over Europe. I think it's all over the world.
It's all, yeah, it is. I think, as Jimmy said before, kids have got bored now of hearing just the same beat with 4, 5, 6 words repeated over and over and over, and you can anticipate what's happening before it happens. So when you hear the first 30 seconds of a song, you know what the end's going to sound like already. Whereas when they hear something new at each part of the beat, they don't want to turn it off. And I think that's what we're finding, because we're writing songs with stories and melodies. The beat is nearly the same, so they can appreciate the music. But when they hear the stories, they want to keep playing, and they go back and play it again. Modern songs from maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you play it once, you don't really want to play it again. We're finding that people want to play our songs again to hear the story. So from a modern point of view, I think that's where we've learned, we've had experiences before, and we're putting that experience into new stories.
I think we all learn from each other, and so it's not all bad that these guys are trying to get the beats and put more emphasis on the beats. It's also something that we can take as well to enrich our writing. but the fact is you have to know how to balance it, you know, and that's the problem.
So if you're a young band out there trying to break through and you're working hard on your songs, yeah, if you're out there, and I know there's plenty of bands out there who are wondering why they're not getting a look in, it's about believing in yourself and believing in songs. It's the best foundation you can have. You can get all the other things together, the loops underneath, you can get the beats and all the but yeah, we would suggest, think about the melody that you're gonna put on top of the beats. Think about the song, and over time, it's gonna stand you in good stead if you do that.
So listen to Londonbeat and listen to what they got to say, and listen to their music because you have lots of things to learn.
We're learning too. I think
Teacher.
Yeah. The teacher in music. Yeah. So as we're coming close to our end, would you like to share a message for the ones who are watching us on starclassic.com?
Okay. We have been around since the late 80s, early 90s. And once again, we say to all the people out there, thank you for 30 years of strong support. And we are now, because of your support, we are in the top 5 in the American music charts. And we have you to thank for that.
So thank you all around.
I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Thinking about you. You got it.
Yeah, I know the song.
You're too good, man.